Hello, good morning. Today is Saturday. It's the 17th and it's bloody freezing. The temperature's dropped to, I don't know, 11 degrees from, I don't know, the summer weather yesterday. And it rained all night. And I just got off a video call with a teacher in Trento, which is at the foot of the mountains, and he said there it's 8 degrees, and he had a hat on during the interview. I can't believe it, and it's just snowed there as well. So God knows what's going to happen. Anyway, today I thought I would share my experience that I've had the first night of the Mastermind World Summit with Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. I'm still psyched after it. We finished at 2 o'clock in the morning. I have so much energy and I'm brimming with it. I've got leftovers for this evening. So it will carry on this evening and tomorrow evening. And it's just one amazing experience of self-empowerment, going deep down to see what drives you, what excites you, what creates a sense of wonder, and what you want to do also. Maybe create something that you believe in, that resonates with you, that can impact other people. Now, I've been a teacher for years, since the 1980s. And I always feel this is my time now. It really is. I'm getting my project I'm getting a vision of it. I'm pulling some pieces together. I could say I'm a third of the way through because I've already got many ideas. I'm going to draw on my past experiences, and it's going to be something that's going to be really invaluable for my primary school teachers that are kind of a little bit in great difficulty with English. And our students need good English speakers because the future is going to be very, very much based on English. They're going to need English for their future careers in science, in business, in whatever they choose to do. English is going to be there. So we've got to get our teachers up to par, up to standard. My topic today is something that emerged from Tony last night, and it is the failing. You know, when you fail something and feeling that, oh, I can't do that because I'm not going to be good at it. I'm going to fail. Oh no, that's too difficult for me. I'm going to look a right arse doing that. Oh, I don't want to humiliate myself in front of other people. Oh God, no. Oh, I can't do that. I was too late for that. These are kind of things that some of my students will say also when they're studying English and they have to get like a B1 or a B2 level, which is upper intermediate level. And they have to do this at university, for example, in order to move on into the next year. And they really, really get stuck, you know, in their learning. And what I say is, unless you give it all you've got, and even if you fail, let failure be your greatest teacher. There's nothing better than actually making mistakes and learning from them. You don't remember things that maybe that didn't teach you something through the errors that you make. You know, whether it be, for in my case, you know, grammatical errors or pronunciation or getting the vocabulary wrong in the wrong context. But it's also, there's a lot of cheering outside and what's happening. There are probably some kids in the park. And failure is something that shouldn't be taboo. Parents shouldn't worry if their kids fail and they botch things up. They don't quite get the grade. And in Italy, they go from, I don't know, 1 to 10. If you've got a 10, you're perfect. I mean, who wants perfect children all the time? Isn't it a better lesson for them to learn through their errors? And also, if you do make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. You're not going to throw yourself off a bridge, are you? I mean, Japan, where I was a teacher, I mean, kids did commit suicide through, not actually satisfying their parents' expectations of them. Schools and teachers would kind of create statistical tables of all the performance of all the students. They'd have 50 students in a class. You could see all these tables. I just couldn't understand it. How the hell are you going to learn something in that with that kind of pressure? So I just wanted to share something with you, and I want to make this long today because I do tend to go on a bit, just to show you two examples of very successful people who learn to fail and learn from their mistakes and use failure as a lesson. So there we are. Let me go here. The first one is Sara Blakely. Now, she is the founder of Spanx. Don't know if you're aware of that. And she is the first woman billionaire to make it. And before she founded Spanx, she was working, I think she was working with pressure cookers or something like that. But an amazing thing. Let me just play you the beginning of this interview with CNN.
Growing up, my dad used to encourage my brother and me to fail, and he would ask us at the dinner table what we had failed at that week, and if we didn't have something to tell him, he would actually be disappointed. And I didn't realize it at the time, but he was just redefining failure for me. Failure became about not trying, not the outcome. Going through life, the only failure that I ever feel that I've had is if I don't try. So that was a real gift that he gave me. I wanted to be a lawyer, and I'm a terrible test taker. After I basically bombed the LSAT, I tried out at Disney World to be Goofy, and you have to be 5'8", and I'm only 5'6", so I'm the height of a chipmunk, which was like, I guess you could say, sort of felt a little bit like rock bottom. I wasn't going to be a lawyer, and I was too short to be Goofy. There was a moment when I was selling fax machines door to door, and I was constantly being escorted out of buildings, or sometimes people would rip up my business card in my face, which was a typical occurrence. And one day I pulled off the side of the road, and I literally thought, I'm in the wrong movie. Like, this is not my life. Cut, call the director, call the producer. How did this happen? This is not supposed to be my life. I went home that day and wrote in my apartment, in my notebook, what my strengths were. And the only thing basically in the strength column that I was sure about was sales. And I said, okay, and what can I do with that? And I ended up writing, I want to invent a product that I can sell to millions of people that will make them feel better. And it was 2 years later that I cut the feet out of control top pantyhose to wear white pants to a party.
There we are. You can explore the rest for yourself. Amazing. And actually, I've got a pair of Spanx in the drawer there. I use them sometimes. It just makes you feel good. The men will have to find out what it is. Just ask your girlfriends. Another great story, and I'll end on this. And tell me what you think. Get in touch with me for a future course I will be running based on empowering teachers, who in turn will empower their students, to become the best versions of themselves, gain confidence, and also gain confidence through failing. What better lesson is there than this? All right, great example. She's very humble as well. Her husband is actually director of a private jet company, and that's where they met, because she was on the private jet and there he was. And he's another lovely character. This is a great story, and I'll go to the next tab that I've prepared. And this is where I do my teaching. Prepare a lot of materials, put them together, and create a kind of step-by-step process. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. This is Michael Jordan. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. Is it Paolo Rossi or Roberto Baggio who missed a shot during the World Cup football? I've failed over and over and over again in my life. This is key, and this is why I succeed. So there you have it, right? Okay. And I'm the first person to admit that I fail in so many things. I'm self-taught musician, always making mistakes, the wrong note, the wrong key. But I end on the right note because my father always told me, just end it nicely and people will remember that. All right. Or if I'm in a dance or something, I'll go the wrong way. I think my friends Sharon and Valerie, when we were on the Easter parade, we did a tap dance and we went in the wrong direction. Or we came onto the wrong music or something. It was really funny. And never forget that moment when I made a mistake. All right. So I want you to have a great Saturday and tell me what you think. And then I'll be back tomorrow with something else, maybe in Zoom or maybe just on my phone, whatever takes my fancy. And keep warm today. All right. You don't want to get a cold. All the best. Bye.